Tonight on Studio Truths, a letter. An unsent letter. A father's last words to the son he never reached. And a daughter who must deliver them 30 years too late. This is a story about silence, about pride, and about the words we carry with us to the grave. It's a story about love that never found its voice. Eleanor, you found the letter after your father's death. Tell us what happened.
I was going through his things. His old desk, the one he used for years. There was a drawer I never opened. I opened it that day, and I found it. An envelope, yellowed with time. It had my brother's name on it. Nathan, my father's handwriting. I recognized it immediately. My hands started shaking.
What did you do?
I sat down. I just sat there on the floor. I held the envelope for a long time. It was heavy. Not because of the paper. Because of the years it had been sitting there. 30 years. It had been waiting for 30 years. And my father never sent it.
Did you open it?
I did. I opened it. And I read it. It said, "Nathan, I forgive you. I should have told you this a long time ago. But I was too proud. I'm sorry. For everything. Your father, that was it. 9 sentences. 9 sentences that took 30 years to write."
And what did you feel when you read that?
I felt everything. I felt angry at him. I felt sad for him. I felt guilty. Because I knew why that letter was never sent. It was because of me. I was the one who left. I was the one who stopped speaking to Nathan. And my father chose my side. He never told me that. But he did.
Eleanor, why did you leave? Why did you stop speaking to your brother?
It was a stupid argument. I don't even remember what it was about. Something about money. Something about my husband. I said things I didn't mean. He said things he didn't mean. And I left. I walked out of his house and I never went back. I told myself I was right. I told myself he needed to apologize first. He never did. And I never did either. So 30 years passed.
30 years of silence.
30 years of silence. I missed his wedding. I missed the birth of his children. I missed his life. All because of a stupid argument I don't even remember.
Margaret, you were their neighbor for 40 years. You watched this family fall apart. What did you see?
I saw a father who loved his son but didn't know how to say it. Every year on Nathan's birthday, Edward would come to my door. He would be holding an envelope. He would say, "Margaret, today is my son's birthday." I wrote him a letter, but I can't send it. I'm too afraid, and I would say, "Edward, send it." It's not too late, but he never did.
How many letters did he write?
30. One for every birthday. 30 letters. All of them unsent. All of them filled with love and regret. He never told Nathan he forgave him. He never told him he loved him. Because he was afraid. Afraid of rejection. Afraid of silence. Afraid of what might happen if he opened that door.
Did you ever tell Edward he was wrong?
I told him many times, but he would just look at me and say, Margaret, some doors are better left closed. And I would say, Edward, a closed door doesn't keep you safe. It just keeps you lonely. He didn't listen. He was too proud. And now he's gone.
Eleanor, you decided to find Nathan. To deliver the letter. What was that journey like?
It was terrifying. I didn't know where he lived. I didn't know if he was still alive. I had to call old friends. I had to search through old records. And every time I got a clue, I felt my heart sink. Because I was afraid. Afraid of what he would say. Afraid of what he would do.
What did you think about during that journey?
I thought about the past. I thought about the day I left. I thought about the look on his face. That look of hurt. That look of betrayal. I had pushed that memory away for 30 years. But now it was all coming back. And I realized I didn't leave because I was right. I left because I was afraid. Afraid of losing. Afraid of being wrong. Afraid of admitting that I was the one who broke us.
Nathan, you hadn't seen your sister in 30 years. What did you feel when she appeared at your door?
I felt angry. I felt confused. I felt like I was dreaming. She looked older. She looked tired. She looked just like our mother. The mother who had died without seeing her again. And I thought, why now? After all this time, why now?
What did you say to her?
I said, what do you want? I couldn't say anything else. I was too shocked, too hurt, too afraid that if I said something nice, she would leave again. So I said the coldest thing I could think of. Because it was easier.
And then she gave you the letter.
She handed me the envelope. She said, it's from Dad. He wrote it for you. He never sent it. I looked at it. I recognized his handwriting. And I thought, why are you giving this to me now? He's gone. He can't speak anymore. Why are you bringing me his silence?
What did you feel when you read the letter?
I felt nothing. At first, I read the words, I forgive you, but they didn't mean anything. Because they were words. Just words on a paper. Not his voice. Not his hand on my shoulder. Not his presence. It was just ink.
And then,
And then I read it again. And again. And I realized this wasn't about me. This was about him. He needed to forgive me. He needed to let go. And he couldn't. He couldn't do it while he was alive. So he wrote it down. And he left it for me. But he never gave it to me. Because he was too afraid. Just like me.
just like you.
I could have called. I could have gone to his house. I could have apologized. But I didn't. I was too proud. Too angry. Too afraid of what he would say. So I waited. I waited for 30 years. And now it's too late.
Clara, you're Nathan's wife. You saw all of this unfold. What did you see in him that day?
I saw a man who had been carrying a weight for 30 years. And he didn't even know it. He thought he was fine. He thought he had moved on. But he hadn't. He was still that hurt young man. Waiting for his father to call. Waiting for his sister to come back. And when Alina appeared, something broke open in him. Not anger. Grief.
What did you say to him?
I said, Nathan, it's not too late. She's here. The letter is here. Your father is gone, but his words are still here. Don't waste another 30 years. And he looked at me. And he said, what if I'm not strong enough?
And what did you tell him?
I said, you don't need to be strong. You just need to be honest.
Nathan, you went to your father's grave. What happened there?
I stood there, in the rains. I held the letter in my hand. And I thought, he's never going to hear me. I can say anything I want. He won't answer. And that's when I realized, I don't need him to answer. I just need to say it.
What did you say?
I said, Dad, I forgive you too. I forgive you for not sending the letter. I forgive you for not calling. I forgive you for being afraid. Because I was afraid too. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being so stubborn. I'm sorry for being so proud. I'm sorry for every birthday I didn't spend with you. I'm sorry for every Christmas I spent alone. I'm sorry for not being there when you needed me. But I forgive you. And I love you. I always did.
Alina, you were there with him. What did you hear?
I heard my brother say the words I had been waiting 30 years to hear. Not from him, from myself. He forgave me, without me even asking. He let it go. And I realized we were both waiting for each other. We were both too afraid to move. But in the end, love found its way.
What did you do then?
I walked up to him. I put my hand on his arms. And I said, Nathan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I left. I'm sorry I didn't call. I'm sorry I was too proud. I'm sorry I missed your wedding. I'm sorry I never met your children. I'm sorry for every moment I lost with you. But I'm here now. And I'm not leaving again.
Nathan, what did you do?
I turned around. And I hugged her. I held her like I should have held her 30 years ago. And I said, you're my sister. You're my family. Nothing can change that. Not even 30 years of silence.
Tonight, we learned that the heaviest burdens are not the ones we carry. They are the ones we refuse to put down. Edward carried his silence for 30 years. Alina carried her guilt. Nathan carried his anger. And all of them were waiting for the same thing. A single word. A single moment of courage. A single letter that was never sent. The words we never say. The letters we never send. The calls we never make. They become the ghosts we carry with us. But it's never too late. Not as long as we're still breathing. Not as long as there's still someone on the other end. So tonight, I want to ask you, who do you need to call? Who do you need to forgive? Who do you need to say, I love you to before it's too late? Edward's letter was 30 years too late. But it still found its way. Because love doesn't die with silence. It waits. It hopes. And one day, it finds its voice. This is Studio Truths. I'm Sierra. Stay safe. Stay curious. And never forget, the words you say today might be the words someone needs to hear tomorrow. Sometimes the most powerful letters are the ones that are never sent.